Before time, the age of ancients. Before time had a name, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog, a land of gray crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. There was no life, no death, no passage of time, only an eternal, unyielding, static state. Then came the first flame. Fire brought disparity. With it came heat and cold, life and death, and light and dark. Driven by the light, four hollow beings emerged from the shadows and claimed the immense power hidden within the flame, the Lord Souls. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, who took the power of lightning and order. The Witch of Izalith, who mastered the ancient magic of fire. Nito, the first of the dead, who claimed the soul of death and disease, and a small, forgotten figure, the furtive Pygmy, who claimed the dark soul, a power unique in its ability to split, multiply, and grow with mortal beings. Armed with the Lord Souls, these new gods challenged the dragons, but the dragons were immortal, protected by scales of stone. The war only swung in the gods' favor when Seath the Scaleless, a dragon born without scales, betrayed his own kin out of jealousy. Gwyn's bolts tore through their stone scales. The witch's firestorms burned through arteries, and Nito unleashed disease upon their flesh. The dragons fell, and the gods built their empire upon the bones of the old world. Thus began the Age of Fire. The Golden Age and its cracks. From the high peak of Anor Londo, Gwyn ruled over a golden era. Kingdoms flourished under his pantheon. New Londo, a prosperous city built for humans, ruled by four kings granted fragments of Gwyn's own Lord Soul. Seath the Scaleless awarded a dukedom and great library where he degenerated into obsession and madness, attempting to research the secrets of dragon immortality, but the foundations of this paradise were built on a lie, because fire, by its very nature, fades. As the first flame began to die, the world entered decay. Cold darkness began to rise, and with it, the dark soul within humanity began to awaken. Terrified of losing his reign to the rising power of mankind, Gwyn took desperate, catastrophic measures to preserve his world. Desperate sins and the fall of kingdoms. First, the Witch of Izalith attempted to artificially recreate the first flame using her flame sorceries. The attempt backfired in utter disaster. The volatile magic mutated her and her daughters into horrific monsters, spawning the bed of chaos and birthing the race of demons. Meanwhile, in New Londo, the four kings were corrupted by Dark Stalker Keita, a primordial serpent who taught them the art of life drain. The city descended into dark worshipping and abyss-corrupted human hunting. To prevent the abyss from spreading across the entire continent, Gwyn's sealers made a horrifying choice. They flooded the entire city, drowning thousands of innocent citizens to submerge the corruption below. Even Gwyn's absolute best knight, Sir Artorias, was dispatched to the ancient land of Ulasil to stop the abyss from swallowing the land. But Artorias was overwhelmed, his arm broken, his mind consumed by the darkness he sought to destroy. His legendary name became a tragic myth, a knight credited with a victory actually bought by an unknown traveler. Realizing the magic could not save the fire, Gwyn committed what is known as the first sin. He marched to the kiln of the first flame and threw his own body and soul into the fire as fuel. But before he burned, he branded humanity with the dark sign, a fiery curse that shackled the dark soul inside humans. When a human dies, they do not rest. They return as undead, losing their memories and sanity until they become mindlessly hollow. Gwyn turned humanity's immortality into a terrifying curse, ensuring they would spend their existence feeding their humanity into his dying fire. The illusion of the chosen undead. Centuries later, you wake up as an undead locked away in a cell. You are told a prophecy. A chosen undead will escape the asylum, journey to Lordran, ring the bells of awakening, and travel to the land of the gods to succeed Gwyn and save the world. You fight through nightmare after nightmare, slaying the demonic remnants of Izalith, wading through the drowned ruins of New Londo, and putting down the madness of Seath and the deathly silence of Nido to gather the Lord's souls. But when you finally arrive in Anor Londo and meet the massive, radiant goddess Guinevere, you are looking at a lie. If you strike her, the illusion shatters. The golden sun disappears, revealing a dark, abandoned, ruined city. The gods abandoned Anor Londo long ago. The illusion and the entire chosen undead prophecy was orchestrated by Gwyndolin, Gwyn's last remaining son, hiding in the shadows, using his magic to trick powerful undead into sacrificing themselves to prolong his father's empire. The choice in tragic reality. At the end of your path lies the kiln of the first flame, but you don't fight a triumphant god of light. You fight Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, a burnt-out, mindless husk, wandering through the ash, attacking anything that approaches out of instinct. With Gwyn defeated, the fate of the world rests entirely in your hands. To link the fire, you throw yourself onto the bonfire. Your body ignites in blinding light, feeding the flame and granting the world a temporary respite. But it changes nothing fundamental. The fire will inevitably fade again, demanding yet another sacrifice, continuing a cycle of suffering. To usher in the dark, you step away from the fire, letting it die completely. You walk out of the kiln as the Dark Lord, flanked by primordial serpents, initiating the age of man. But in a world decayed by centuries of unnatural stagnant light, what kind of world will the Age of Dark actually be? Dark Souls offers no triumphant victory. Gwyn's fear of the dark broke the natural order of the universe, leaving a world trapped between a glorious lie and an uncertain darkness, and you are merely the latest pawn chosen to decide which one lasts a little longer.